I've made countless upon countless engines in automation and haven't used most of them in BeamNG. In this video, I take my most powerful V16 engine, where I'll modify it to make it more powerful, which will be used in this hypercar mod body. Hey guys, it's TRIZE here, and let's get on with our build. So with the panel material of this here, looks like a frickin' Japanese futuristic hypercar body we got going here. Let's go wild. So a carbon fiber type of panel material with a monocoque chassis also made out of carbon fiber. With the engine placement, of course, for stability's sake, I'd pretty much make this work. A mid-longitudinal with the front suspension and the rear, go wild, push rod, front and the back. And let's quality spam this because why not? So for the engine, as I scroll down here to the most powerful V16, okay, it makes 12,811 horsepower according to here, compared to my 12,312 horsepower record that I got with this exact engine. So people said they got more than 13,000 horsepower, 14,000, well, let's make this better. So since we got room and pistons and conrods or this ordeal, let's try to max this bad boy out to 120mm for the stroke, so 12,920, not too bad. I'm still not that satisfied at the moment. And I did notice if you drop the RPM, because currently it's set to 9,000 RPM and we got this sharp drop off here. Like, let me drop this to 8,600 RPM, and all of a sudden right here, we've gained like about 10 horsepower by dropping this down by 400 RPM, which is kind of stupid. And unfortunately, if we increase the boost, we get the problem right here. Basically, our main problem with building this engine is the torque in the pistons and the conrods, as this is going to be our trouble point right here. Okay, here we go. Increase the fuel mixture. Here we go. Get to 13,400. Okay, 13,400. And we're dropping right here. So keep this at a 55. Anything else we could try? Nope. More sharp drop-offs and all that ordeal. Shoosters. So someone did say in the comments of that V16 video I released back in October that they got up to 14,244 horsepower with a 13.3 liter engine. If it has to come down to this, I'll probably make the engine much more smaller and pretty much go on his terms to make my engine better than his, I guess. Holy crap, so I changed this up to a freaking twin scroll, we're getting 14,000 horsepower. Again, what was that guy's record? 14,244, where we're getting close there, baby. We getting close. Dude, it's the torque that's in the way. I beat the dude's record, but we still got more in the tank. If I have to go to 15,000, I will have to. All right, drop this down. Drop this down. Can we get to 14.5? Yes, we do. 14,504. But cuts off right here at the header size of an 82, so 83 will have to do. It sucks that this torque is in the way. Without it, we would make it like 15 or 16,000 horsepower if we have to. And also, I got rid of VVT as a whole because that was a big, like, torque buffer that we got going here. It was just buffering up the torque by just choosing either of these two options here. So I got rid of it entirely, and we're making great progress. Alright, so tinkering this engine for quite a while, for over 5 minutes. I'm probably going to finalize this engine as is of a new personal best and probably a world record in this game of this type of engine. So the new power rating here is a 14,504.1 horsepower at 8,600 RPM, and the torque at 8,857.3 pounds-feet of torque at 8,600 RPM. So again, like I said for the past couple times, is that the torque is really getting in the way with the pistons and the conrod showing at 98% of stress being applied in terms of torque of these two components. So let's listen to what this beastly 20,153 or about 20 liter V16 engine sounds like right now. Don't ask me about the power and torque like thingy right here going like all mental up in here or something like that. That dude needs to see a freaking cycle ward or something. So for the drive type, hopefully with this type of engine, it's going to stay with me throughout this entire time. We'll choose the all-wheel drive, maybe dual clutch, 10 speed to increase the weight and everything. So for the top speed, 372 miles an hour. Nope, 402 it is because, well, there's a chance it could reach 400 miles an hour, but I highly doubt it'll do so. For the tires, we're gonna widen the back ones quite a bit. So semi-slick tires, widen the back ones to 395 millimeters. And for the front, we're gonna widen these quite a bit, maybe around 325 for stability. No, 350 for stability's sake, because there's gonna be a good chance that the car will be drifted to the left or the right, basically gonna be ruining our top speed runs, going at like 300 miles an hour or something like that. And the brakes, well, let's just use carbon ceramic 1 piston for the sake of weight. And max these bad boys out for the heck of it. Full-blown racing pad types, full-blown on the quality, and for the undertray this bad boy, I don't think it'll make a huge difference or not in BeamNG.drive. Let's choose a race diffuser so we generate some downforce and automation only. With the brake airflow, 10. I mean, speed first, brakes last. That's how it works here with this here build. So a single-seater with a basic interior and no entertainment whatsoever. So let's choose a manual rack and pinion type of steering with traction control and ABS brakes only. And the safety standards, put this to a none setting, so there's no safety whatsoever. And finally, for the suspension, let's probably spice this up. So let's choose the active sport type of springs with semi-active dampers and passageway bars, running on a normal racing preset, excuse me. And it claims we got some oversteering going on, so let's just drop the ride height and increase the quality right here. Any difference? Barely. And oh my god, top speed 403 miles an hour, 0 to 60 without the aerodynamics in 2 seconds flat. Let me see here, damn straight. Top speed now it theoretically claims about 440. Whoa! We got a big ass V16 engine and it claims we can go up to 440. I doubt it with the wing and everything being put on here. So let's see what the times are like going around the automation test track and the quote-unquote Top Gear test track, aka airfield. 1 minute 48 seconds, 96 milliseconds. Damn! How about the airfield test track? We're probably gonna get like a 102. 1 minute 5 seconds, 39 milliseconds. Jesus Christ, it's like Formula 1 levels or something like that. Wow, I can't even believe it. So right now, let's get ready to build this here top speed run hypercar kind of car that we got going here. So we're gonna get ready to commence this here time-lapse and watch this portion of the video with this here build right now. So for the design of this car, it isn't the best because I'm not that great at designing supercars or hypercars. Basically, it's just another Quickmobile version 1 with a much better design than that car. For the front, I added this carbon fiber front splitter that goes at the bottom of the bumper for better aerodynamics, along with these pair of custom headlights and a large grille on the bumper. These two fixtures took me some time to add as I was unsure on what to use on this car. I also dropped the ride height using the advanced trim settings so the car doesn't look so high off the ground. For the sides, I added these large side vents which are used to cool the brakes down. Even though I set the brake airflow setting to a 10, which is quite low for a car like this. I also added a flush door handle, a gas cap, and these fender mounted side view mirrors. For the back, I struggled with what type of taillights I want to use for this build. I debated on using conventional halogen lighting or a set of individual LED lights. While I was deciding, I added this rear wing, a rear diffuser, and the rear vents that are placed above the engine bay. Coming back to the taillights, I ended up choosing the LEDs, of which there are like hundreds of those LED lights. Finally, I changed the color of the car and did some last second tuning. So after getting everything done with this build, here's what it came out. This is the 2020 Beowulf Cordova. This hypercar with a 20-liter V16 engine is a force to be reckoned with. While it makes over 14,500 horsepower, how well will it drive in BeamNG? Alright, so here is this hypercar, the Beowulf Cordova, all set and done here, even though this is kind of a janky design because, like I said, I'm not the world's best in designing hypercars, and it kind of goes along with the Quickmobile car I made like a few months ago. So anyways, before we export this bad boy to BeamNG.drive, despite a huge list of problems that we got going here, which I'll list them right here, such as the lack of power steering, some brake fade issues, poor engine reliability, quality issues, the power distribution being quite ineffective, the front and rear dampers being too hard, some engine bay being quite full, the pistons, cowl rods, and crankshaft can't take it anymore, the use of semi-slick tires, the front camber being quite high, the rear tires having very low profile, some minor wheel spin issues, and the front of the engine and the side of the engine being quite narrow. Let's jump into BeamNG.drive to see what this super duper powerful car is like. So here we are at the map of Grid Small Pier because we need this wide, I mean beyond wide open space here to really test this bad boy out in terms of our basic performance test. We'll be starting here with the 0 to 62 acceleration test, followed by the 62 to 0 brake test, and lastly a top speed, which hopefully it can reach a top speed with this vehicle. So top speed run, let's see what it's like now. Excuse me, let me go again without the ECS. Jesus Christ. Well, either or, 0 to 62 in 2.63 seconds of 118.84 feet. So for a brake test, can I... Hopefully that showed 62. If not, then good. 62 to 0 in 2.84 seconds of 108.76 feet. So despite having a single piston, 375mm carbon ceramic brakes front and back, it did pretty much okay in terms of time and distance. It's okay. Now here's the fun part. Let's just turn ECS to sport mode and go. This will be our top speed run right here as we're flying through the gears. 0 to 62 now in 2.60 seconds of 118.99 feet. 250. What gear number are we in? Hold up. Gear number 8. Is that the car bottoming out? So unfortunately, the car's back and is bottoming out due to the severe amount of aerodynamics that we got going here. So we're stuck at 300. What if I tune the car in terms of the ride height? Can I do that? Okay, I did set the rear ride height by an offset of 0.05 millimeters or something like that in the back end and start raping the ground. Turbocharger overheating. Oh boy, this was a pain in the ass in the past, and finally in a long time, we got that little thingy down there. Oh no, tires deflated. What the hell is up with the front end? I just shifted to 10th gear and we got this. What is that? Huh? So unfortunate with this tire that's attempted to leave the chat. This bad boy is spinning. Can I? There we go. All right, stop the tire and... I'm just a loss of words how the tires popped at 300 miles an hour, and also we did a wheelie, and this front left tire just wanted to leave the chat for whatever reason. Probably didn't like high-speed runs, or what? So anyways, let's find a map to do our time trial runs with this dangerous-ass hypercar. So here we are at the bottom map of the Spa Francorchamps, and we're going to be doing 2 laps without a rolling start. As we can see right here, we're at the pole position grid marker at the start and finish line of this famed Formula 1 racetrack. So let's get ready to start things off here in 3, 2, 1, go. Fair enough. Alright, brake. Oopsies, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. I just like how this car just quickly flies through the gears like it's no tomorrow. 190 right there, and the brakes are about to be cooking 1500 degrees in the front. And not only that, I like how the car just instantly accelerates the moment you just tap the gas, but you don't have to like slam on the gas, but you can just barely tap it and boom, you're like redlining instantly. So let's feather the throttle, the 200 marker. I'm like afraid to like slam on the brakes and hope that I'm not gonna like overshoot the corner or something like that, crash this car and make this a dirty drift time trial, sick ass drift in a hypercar. Beat that, Toyota. Ooh, nice recovery. See, frickin' the frickin' power of this car being all-wheel drive, and all of a sudden we just recovered that little spin out of me overshooting that corner. But the problem is it's stopping power, but like I can wipe out SO, and look at that, recovered because of the immense power going to the wheels. So for a first lap time, we're gonna get a 2 minutes, 35 seconds, 170 milliseconds. Okay, brake, brake, brake. Brake your booty ass penis. My tire and the main engine's broken? Are you serious? Alright, this time I did worse. 2 minutes, 36 seconds, 164 milliseconds because of a minor crash I had at the middle of the track. But we're in a second lap, and I'm still staying alive. It's like this car is like a pain in the ass to upshift because of the electronic stability controls and a chance that almost about 1800 degrees in the brakes, so we gotta slow down. Yeah, we gotta slow down big time. You agree with me, people? Despite these brakes being so unpredictable, it's like there's like a time where the car is gonna stop on time, stop too late, or whatever. Like this here, this here, this here. Again, this engine is super damn fragile, I swear. Look at that, look at this. The engine is now the door. Okay, please. This final curve, and we'll call this time trial quit. So straight away, here we go. We get a lap time of 2 minutes, 28 seconds, 457 milliseconds, which gets our total time of, goddamn, this is loud, 4 minutes, 57 seconds, 89 milliseconds. Can I pause? Okay, cool, we can pause in this screen here to see the frickin' time trial results. How about if we click on free run? Will it be the same thing? Please? Good. Alright, 32 times slow-mo, 225 miles an hour, everything as is. Let's speed up a little bit, and 32. Whoa, camera, what are you doing, buddy? Let's just free cam this, and there goes the collision, there goes the tire, there goes the engine, there goes the drivetrain, and I thought that was like moving up in here, but whatever, full time. And like my previous impacts, including this current one, the engine has unfortunately been destroyed, aka the main engine is broken. As we can see right here, the main engine is indeed broken because, well, we got the intercooler exposed, some of the turbochargers, and this, and that, including the other turbocharger too. Sheesh, what an impact. So anyways, for the final part of this here video, let's take this bad boy down to Car Jip Arena to see how far this thing will fly because, well, it's the most powerful car I've ever made, possibly in automation history, and all that good stuff. So take it to the top of the ramp right now. So here we are at the top of the ramp of Car Jip Arena, and we currently got a 2 light, and a 3 light, 4 light, and then a 5 light, so get ready to accelerate on green. Now, green. Full send this bad boy. Okay then. Stuck on first gear, so a speed, we're going over 200 miles an hour. 255 upon launch. Jesus Christ, man. Are we gonna get through the entirety of this here? We're gonna get to the frickin' sand pit, or just shy of it. So what's 16 times slow-mo light for the back end? Jesus Christus. Full time. So keep it on going. There goes the engine doing some weird ninjutsu stuff as it's trying to detach itself from the car, but it really can't with these automation to BeamNG creations, and now we're at a rest. We got the hazards going off because impact detected stopped the car with this front end of the car here, which is the first time I'd be showing this in the game, or this video in general. And also about the car, let's see how the back end looked like. So the back end kind of held its shape, but unfortunately with the impact, it just bent itself upward, and the entirety of the engine, this 20-liter engine, has been completely exposed, with the heads, headers, turbochargers, intercooler, the drivetrain, and this sewer grate thingy-majig. So for the final part of the video, let's accelerate hard as we can down this road here to crash ourselves with this final bridge pillar to get a high-speed crash test going with this here car. Pretty much an overlapping crash, full-blown crash. Please pop the curb. God damn it, I forgot this is a low-riding car. So after countless attempts, I might as well just accelerate at the end of this road up here, which is basically going through a tunnel, and we should crash at a little cavern dead ahead. Alright, so there's a cavern. Oh my god. What the hell? Well, slow-mo or not, this was still an interesting crash that we got going here. So let's just keep this in the water because, well, you know what happened. So the final look, aftermath destruction of the vehicle. Is this a spoiler turning into like a little freaking shank or something here, man? And not only that, for our car model name, we got the Cordova. And for the rest, well, it didn't really hold its shape because of that collision. And again, the engine makes another appearance outside the car. So that'll do it with automation and BeamNG.drive with the Beowulf Cordova. For a hypercar that has a simple design here, it's not the world's best of my creations, even though, like I said before, I'm not the world's best at designing hypercars and supercars because it's not really my strong suit in automation. But in terms of performance, with this 14,500 horsepower engine, to my knowledge, it is currently the highest horsepower engine in automation as of version 4.2.42, from where I checked on Reddit and YouTube and this and that. And also, this does break my personal record of my 12,300 horsepower engine made back in October. And for those who are interested in this type of content, please be sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on any videos like this in the future. So this is TRIZE rising up and signing out.